Welcome to StarryCast.
Hello there.
This week, wow, the cosmic energies feel particularly potent. We're really looking at a powerful Scorpio full moon dominating things.
That's right. And Scorpio moons, well, they don't do things by halves, do they? They have this reputation for digging deep.
Right, digging beneath the surface, bringing up maybe hidden truths or issues that have been simmering for a while.
Exactly. It's about revealing what's been hidden, bringing it into the light. Think of it as a kind of culmination point opposing the sun in Taurus. It creates this tension.
It definitely sounds intense and maybe even a bit disruptive. Could leave you feeling kind of worn out, emotionally drained, perhaps.
It can, yes. But it's important to remember this process is ultimately transformative. You know that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's a bit like that. These challenges, they really push you to grow, to evolve. They guide you towards where you truly need to be.
So it's a chance to understand those deeper currents, even if it feels difficult at the time.
Precisely. And adding to this intensity, we have the sun and Uranus getting very close.
Okay, Uranus, planet of the unexpected.
The very same.
Yeah.
So this really amplifies the full moon's effects. It suggests a week where, well, surprising events could happen, maybe a heightened awareness of risks too.
So navigating with mindfulness seems key, maybe a bit of caution, and definitely prioritizing self-care.
Absolutely. That's very wise advice for this period.
And you mentioned something else is happening too,
Yeah.
with Saturn.
Yes, Saturn is also nearing the very end of its journey through Aquarius. It's approaching 28 degrees this week.
Almost done then.
Almost. It'll move into Aries around May 25th. So that signals a coming shift in focus, a change in energy in the weeks ahead. More individualistic, maybe more exciting times coming.
But for this week.
For this week, we are definitely still under the strong influence of this Scorpio full moon and that Sun-Uranus conjunction. That's the main story.
Okay, let's break down what this all means for you, sign by sign.
Yes, let's see how these big themes play out individually.
Right, starting with Aries. This week's Scorpio full moon seems to be highlighting your financial world.
That's right, Aries. If you've been dealing with anxieties, maybe around debts or loans, balancing financial obligations, this week is likely to bring some significant developments, maybe even resolutions.
So things coming to a head there.
Exactly. And your personal power, your determination, your energy, that's going to be crucial in navigating these matters. You'll find yourself needing to operate more independently, perhaps.
Okay, a clearer sense of their own capabilities.
Definitely. Express yourself directly, confidently about your goals. This full moon is in your 8th house, which can sometimes signify crises, yes, but this week it really illuminates how to manage and transform those challenges.
And is there any support?
Yes. Venus offers strong support on the relationship front, enhancing your charm and charisma. And this could also spill over into increased income or positive financial developments.
Okay, moving on to Taurus. Prepare for some behind-the-scenes revelations.
Yes, Taurus. Hidden issues, maybe things you weren't aware of that have been causing frustration, they could surface now. You might feel a bit uncertain about how to handle these discoveries.
Sounds potentially unsettling.
It can be. Be ready for new beginnings, but also acknowledge you might feel some anger perhaps, or exhaustion. The sun in your sign, Taurus, moving towards Uranus can create quite a volatile energy.
Right, that Sun-Uranus intensity we talked about.
Exactly. It can lead to stress, tension. Pay close attention to your health. Try to manage any feelings of anger because it will primarily affect you.
Good advice. So avoid impulsive decisions.
Definitely. They might not be in your best interest right now. That alignment, Sun and Uranus, along with Mars and Leo, could also bring sudden changes related to perhaps relocation, shifts in your living situation.
Wow, okay. Unexpectedly uncovering secrets, too. Or maybe being the subject of someone else's discoveries.
It's possible. It's a week to stay grounded, Taurus, and think very carefully before acting.
Gemini next. Communication looks like the key this week. Mercury's in Taurus.
It is, but there's a catch. Mercury has a challenging aspect with Mars, which suggests you might be tempted to say things you'll later regret. Or maybe your patience could just wear thin.
So mindful communication is crucial.
Very crucial. Strive for careful communication. Also, developments in close relationships, your romantic life, maybe family responsibilities, parents, siblings' health could arise.
Potential communication challenges there, too. Maybe with siblings.
Could be. And maybe feeling a disconnect in expressing yourself in your career. It might be a time of some internal conflict, maybe indecision about your professional path.
But is there potential for positive shifts?
Yes, a new beginning is possible, perhaps through your social circles or friendships. You might meet someone who could significantly impact your life.
Interesting. An old relationship.
They might resurface, yes. So
Yeah.
proceed with caution there.
Okay. Cancer. This full moon in Scorpio puts a spotlight on partnerships and relationships.
It really does, Cancer. You might feel quite emotionally charged, potentially leading to tension in your marriage, close relationships, even business collaborations. Managing these dynamics could be, well, challenging.
Sounds tricky. Any upsides?
Yes, this period also holds potential for financial gain. You might be actively seeking new income opportunities, and your efforts could yield results.
Good. But still, anxieties might linger.
They might, uncertainties about how to proceed. So prioritize a grounded, calm approach. Direct your energy wisely.
And professionally.
Your professional life could see success, perhaps a long-awaited achievement. Celebrate that, but also be mindful of maintaining balanced relationships alongside it.
Right. Balancing success in relationships.
Exactly. And with the Scorpio full moon, responsibilities related to children or family might feel overwhelming, maybe even a bit manipulative. Planning, routines, think Virgo energy here will help you navigate this period successfully, especially within partnerships.
Leo. A week of significant shifts on the horizon for you.
Very possibly, Leo. You might feel a palpable change in the atmosphere as the sun aligns with Uranus.
That's Sun-Uranus again.
This could manifest as, say, a move, a new home, maybe taking a different path entirely, or a career transition. The full moon energy just amplifies this feeling of needing to break free from situations that no longer serve you.
A feeling of liberation.
Yes, and maybe even a sense of being understood or vindicated in some way. This could lead to a real boost in your energy or luck, even.
Okay. Important conversations are likely.
Very likely. And if you have plans involving international travel or education, expect positive outcomes there.
What about new people?
People entering your life this week are unlikely to be coincidental. Pay attention to your surroundings and try to avoid impulsive rejections fueled by anger. Embrace the unexpected, Leo. You could see significant benefits.
Virgo next. You might feel a bit overwhelmed this week.
Possibly Virgo. Maybe feeling a bit suffocated by family issues, perhaps parental concerns, or just general difficulties. It's important to remain calm and address these matters with your usual precision.
Stay grounded despite the pressure.
Exactly. But while challenging, that Sun-Uranus conjunction could bring a surprising and really significant piece of news from afar, something uplifting, inspiring.
Oh, interesting. A counterbalance.
Yes. You might even feel a sudden urge to escape, perhaps considering a spontaneous trip.
A classic Uranus effect.
Definitely. Also, conversations and decisions regarding investments this week will be crucial for your future. Value those interactions. This is really a time, Virgo, to learn to trust the flow of life.
Rather than trying to control everything.
Precisely. Trying to control every detail will likely just lead to frustration. Embracing trust, moving forward with faith, that will bring positive results. It helps align you with your destiny.
Libra. Your ruling planet Venus is involved.
Yes, Venus is currently in a close stance with Neptune, adding a touch of idealism or maybe confusion. And meanwhile, Saturn is getting ready to leave Aquarius for Aries, signaling a shift away from your focus on routines, perhaps.
So what's the feeling?
You'll likely feel a surge of energy, a desire for change. This could lead to a strengthening and restructuring of your relationships. Expect to feel more empowered, more aligned with a new direction.
Sounds positive. Financial aspects, too.
Could be a time of increased earnings, yes, and maybe new business partnerships. Be open to unexpected opportunities seriously. A phone call could lead to a collaboration or a financial breakthrough.
Wow. Any potential downsides?
Legal matters might arise, but you seem to have the upper hand there. Just be aware of potential emotional fluctuations, those Venus-Neptune waves. But overall, your romantic life could be particularly thrilling.
Scorpio. This is a pivotal week for you, isn't it? The full moon is in your sign.
Absolutely pivotal, Scorpio. With the moon soon moving into Sagittarius, this period really emphasizes clear decisions, revelations, awakenings. You're emerging from the shadows, seeing a glimmer of light.
The question is, will you want to go back?
That's a deep question for Scorpio to ponder. Loyalty, values, effort. These will be significant themes. Reflect on your actions. Errors might have occurred, and the full moon brings them to light.
And emotions will be high.
Full moons always amplify emotions, and with Mars and Leo adding fire, be mindful of impulsive actions driven by anger. Decisions about marriage, partnerships, they could reach a critical point.
What about business?
Unexpected, Potentially even shocking developments in business collaborations, or maybe decisions made by partners or superiors could lead to a change in direction.
That sounds potentially stressful.
It could be, but Venus's transit suggests you might find relief or even benefit somehow from any chaos in your work environment. So while you might be facing intense career struggles, the ultimate outcome looks promising. Persevere with stability. Don't waver halfway.
Okay, Sagittarius. The Scorpio full moon affects your more hidden, private realms.
That's right, Sagittarius. You might be operating with a degree of secrecy this week, perhaps pursuing hidden plans or engaging in situations where you're not being fully transparent.
Interesting. New beginnings happening, too.
Likely approaching new beginnings, yes, taking fresh steps. But caution and mindfulness are definitely advised. That Sun-Uranus alignment we keep mentioning suggests significant changes in your work environment, projects, your whole approach to career.
So big shifts at work, potentially.
Potentially big shifts. And while embarking on these new paths, be aware of Saturn's position at that critical 29th degree, especially if you have planets around that point in your birth chart.
Why is that significant?
Issues or decisions from late 2024, maybe around December, might resurface now, things you thought were dealt with.
Ah, okay. So approach those with care.
Yes. Avoid repeating past mistakes. Refrain from engaging in faulty behaviors. Learn the lesson this time around.
Capricorn. An opportunity to reorganize financial affairs this week.
Yes, Capricorn. If you've been experiencing challenges or instability in your finances, expect some new beginnings, some positive developments. But, as with many signs this week, maintain a cautious approach.
Don't jump in too fast.
Right. That close Sun-Uranus conjunction could bring changes related to moving, maybe your children, or other significant life shifts that will ultimately benefit and heal you.
So even if unexpected, the changes are helpful.
They seem to be, yes. Decisions made this week will foster growth, offer new opportunities, and support from your close network, friends, family will be valuable.
What about relocation?
Venus's transit could favor relocation plans, although these might be more short-term perhaps. The key for you, Capricorn, is to embrace change. It really will open new doors.
Aquarius. Prepare for an impactful week, though maybe some unexpected bumps.
That's a good way to put it, Aquarius. That Sun-Uranus alignment could bring unexpected events right to the forefront. Changes related to relocation or work are definitely possible.
Creating a stressful period, perhaps.
It could, potentially. You might feel anxious about outcomes, maybe fear hearing negative news, could lead to some emotional ups and downs, but things should feel much better towards the end of May.
Okay, light at the end of the tunnel. Communication needs care.
Yes, be careful with your words in close relationships. But on the plus side, positive news from siblings or your immediate environment is likely. And maybe an eagerly awaited message, perhaps international, could finally arrive.
So some nice potential, too.
Definitely. It's a week with enjoyable potential, so savor it, but just make well-considered decisions. You're also shining in your career right now, stepping into a more visible role. That Scorpio full moon could bring professional success.
Good. So keep things steady.
Maintain stability, yes. Continue nurturing those projects you've likely been working on since last year.
And finally, Pisces. The Scorpio full moon ushers in a positive period for you.
It looks quite positive, Pisces, yes. And with the sun aligning with Uranus, which is actually transiting through a supportive angle to your sign, expect financial gains. Let the money flow.
An increase in earnings.
Likely, yes. If you do experience financial outflow, it might be due to more challenging aspects in your personal chart. An astrological app could offer personalized insights there.
Okay. But generally good financially. Any caveats?
Well, while things might be going well, remember, Saturn is at that critical 29 degrees, and it is currently in your sign, Pisces.
Ah, right. What does that mean for Pisces?
It's a critical point suggesting a time where anything in your life that isn't authentic, that isn't real, will likely be swept away. It demands truth.
So confrontations with reality.
Could be. This week might bring some of those, which could be tough if you've been avoiding certain truths. So prepare yourself for potential revelations.
But they have the strength to handle it.
Absolutely. Despite this, you possess resilience, Pisces. You've grown significantly. You can navigate this.
Okay, that's our astrological forecast for the week ahead. Remember, the celestial energies, they provide a framework, right? A kind of context.
Exactly. A context for the events of our lives. But it's your conscious choices, your actions, that ultimately shape your experience.
This week really feels like a powerful invitation then. To delve beneath the surface, maybe embrace transformation.
And remain open to those unexpected shifts from Uranus. They can lead to significant growth and understanding, even if they feel jarring initially.
So maybe take a moment to consider what resonated most with you in this forecast. What areas of your life are calling for your attention right now?
Yeah, what hidden truths might be seeking the light? It's a really potent time for that kind of self-reflection and then empowered action based on what you find.
Observe the unfolding events with curiosity, maybe encourage.
And trust in your own capacity for resilience and positive change. You've got this.
Thank you for joining me on StarryCast. Until our next Cosmic Update.